Septuagint, Exodus chapter 13. 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, saying, 2. Sanctify to me every firstborn, every womb among the children of Israel, from man to beast, I am a beast. 3. And Moses said unto the people, Commemorate this day, in which ye came out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, for the Lord brought you out of the house of bondage with a mighty hand, and no leaven shall be eaten. For this day ye go forth in the month of the new ones. 5. And it shall be victorious, if the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Eviates, and the Girgasites, and the Amorites, and the Pheziases, and the Jebusites, which he hath sworn unto thy fathers, to give thee a land of milk and honey, and thou shalt do this worship in this month. 6 days ye shall bind unleavened bread, and on the 7th day the feast of the Lord. 7 Ye shall bind unleavened the 7 days, thou shalt not see unleavened bread, nor shall thee be leaven in all thy boundary. 8 And thou shalt declare unto thy son in that day, saying, Therefore the Lord God hath done unto me, as I went forth out of Egypt. 9 And there shall be unto thee a sign upon thy hand, and a memorial before thy eyes, that the law of the Lord be done in thy mouth, for the Lord God hath brought thee out of Egypt by a mighty hand. 10 And keep this law from time to time, from day to day. 11 And it shall be as if the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, and hath given thee it. 12 And thou shalt deprive the Lord of every womb of the male womb, of the oxen, or of thy beasts, whatsoever thou shalt sanctify unto the Lord the male womb. 13 Thou shalt change every womb of an ass into a sheep, but if thou shalt not change it, he shall redeem every firstborn of a man of thy sons. 14 And if thy son ask thee after these things, saying, What is this? And say unto him, With a mighty hand the Lord hath brought us out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. 15 And Pharaoh was hardened, and sent us away, and slew every firstborn in the land of Egypt, from firstborn men to firstborn beasts. Therefore I will sacrifice to the Lord every male womb, and every firstborn of my sons will be redeemed. 16 And there shall be a sign upon thy hand, and steadfast before thy eyes, for the Lord hath brought thee out of Egypt with a mighty hand. 17 And when Pharaoh had sent the people, God did not lead them into the way of the land of Philistim, for it was near, he said, for God should never repent of the people, seeing war, and turn back to Egypt. 18 And God circumnavigated the people by the way into the wilderness, into the Red Sea, and the 5th generation the children of Israel went up out of the land of Egypt. 19 And Moses took the bones of Joseph with himself, for Joseph swore an oath to the children of Israel, saying, Bishop, the Lord shall visit you, and you will know the bones of me henceforth with you. 20 And the children of Israel of Succoth were angry, and encamped in Otham by the wilderness. 21 And God led them by day, with a pillar of cloud, to show them the way, and by night with a pillar of fire. 22 The pillar of the cloudy day, and the pillar of fire by night against all the people, have not ceased. Next, Exodus chapter 1. Septuagint, Exodus chapter 14. 1 And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, 2 Speak unto the children of Israel, and they turned away, and encamped against the mansion, in the midst of Magdalene, and in the midst of the sea, against Beelshephes, encamped before them in the sea. 3 And Pharaoh saith unto his people, These are the children of Israel wandering in the land, for the wilderness hath shut them up. But I harden the heart of Pharaoh, and he shall be persecuted after them, and I shall be glorified in Pharaoh, and in all his army, and all the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, and they have done thus. 5 And I told the king of Egypt that the people were fleeing, and the heart of Pharaoh and his healers was turned to the people, and they said, What have we done to send away the children of Israel, that they should not serve us? 6 So Pharaoh girded his chariots, and brought all his people with him. 7 And they took 600 chariots, and all the horse of the Egyptians, and were 3 over all. 8 And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh king of Egypt, and his healers, and persecuted after the children of Israel, and the children of Israel went forth with a high hand. 9 And the Egyptians pursued after them, and found them interfering by the sea, and all the horse, and the chariots, and Pharaoh's chariots, and his horsemen, and his army against the palace. 10 And Pharaoh came, and the children of Israel looked up with their eyes, and the Egyptians encamped after them, and were greatly afraid, and the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. 11 And he said unto Moses, Notwithstanding that there were no tombs in the land of Egypt, thou hast brought us out to be put to death in the wilderness. What hast thou done unto us, bringing us out of Egypt? 12 This was not the word which we spoke unto thee in Egypt, saying, Take us that we may serve the Egyptians, for let us serve the Egyptians, or die in this wilderness. 13 And Moses said unto the people, Take heed ye standing, and behold the salvation which God hath wrought unto us this day, for as ye have seen the Egyptians, ye shall not be added this day to see them forever. 14 The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall be silent. 15 And the Lord said unto Moses, What cry unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, and let them revive. 16 And thou hast taken up thy hand, and stretched forth thy hand upon the sea, and cast it out, and let the children of Israel enter into the midst of the sea according to the dry land. 17 And behold, I harden the heart of Pharaoh and all the Egyptians, and they shall enter in after them, and I will be glorified in Pharaoh, and in all his army, and in his chariots, and in his horses. 18 And all the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord of him that is glorified in Pharaoh, and in his chariots and horses. 19 And the angel of God, who was before the assembly of the children of Israel, took out, and went from behind, and also took up the pillar of the cloud from their presence, and stood behind them. 20 And he came in the midst of the interference of the Egyptians, and in the midst of the interference of Israel, and stood up, and there was darkness and gloom, and the night passed, and they did not mingle with one another all the night. 21 And Moses stretched forth his hand upon the sea, and the Lord led the sea in a violent south wind all night, and made the sea dry, and the water was torn apart. 22 And the children of Israel entered into the midst of the sea, according to the dry water, and the water to them, a wall on the right hand, and a wall on the right. 23 And the Egyptians pursued, and all Pharaoh's horse, and the chariots that went up into the midst of the sea, came in after them. 24 And it came to pass in the prison of Ethiopia, and the Lord looked upon the interference of the Egyptians with a pillar of fire and cloud, and shook the interference of the Egyptians. 25 And he bound the shafts of their chariots, and brought them with force, and the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth the Egyptians for them. 26 And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch forth thy hand upon the sea, and restore the water, and let the Egyptians overlap the chariots and the riders. 27 And Moses stretched out his hand upon the sea, and restored the water day by day upon the land, and the Egyptians fled under the water, and the Lord smote the Egyptians out of the sea. 28 And the water turned again, and covered the chariots and the riders, and all the power of Pharaoh that went after them into the sea, and not one of them was left. 29 And the children of Israel went by land in the midst of the sea, and the water was to them a wall on the right hand, and a wall on the right hand, and a wall on the Eunomans. 30 And the Lord delivered Israel in that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and saw Israel the Egyptians dead by the side of the sea. 31 And when Israel saw the great hand which the Lord had made unto the Egyptians, the people feared the Lord, and they believed in God, and Moses his servant. Next. Septuagint, Exodus chapter 15. 1 Then Moses and the children of Israel spake this song unto God, and said, Let us sing unto the Lord, for he hath glorified horse and rider into the sea. 2 This God of mine has become a helper and a shelter unto me, and I will glorify him, the God of my father, and exalt him. 3 The Lord that breaketh wars, the Lord is his name. For Pharaoh's chariots, and his strength he threw into the sea, selected riders, thrice, and sank in the Red Sea. 5 He covered them with a foot, and plunged them into the bottom like a stone. 6 Thy right hand, O Lord, glorified in power, thy right hand, O Lord, hath broken enemies. 7 And to the multitude of thy glory thou hast crushed the adversaries, and sent forth thy wrath, and devoured them as a reed. 8 And by the spirit of thy anger the water was scattered, and the water was gone, and the waters were taken away in the midst of the sea. 9 And the enemy said, Thou shalt drive away, and I will see some of them, and I will bridle my soul, and I will take up my sword, my hand shall take possession of it. 10 Thou hast sent forth thy Spirit, and hath covered them with the sea, and they have sunk like a lead in a fierce water. 11 Who is like thee in gods, Lord, who is like thee, glorified in the saints, marvellous in glories, doth wonders. 12 Stretching forth thy right hand, and swallowed them up to the ground. 13 Thou hast led thy people unto thy righteousness, whom I will deliver, and hast begged thy power unto thy holy lodgings. 14 And the nations heard, and were angry, and they received the troubles of the inhabitants of Philistim. 15 Then came the rulers of Edom, and the rulers of the Moabites, and they were terrified, and all the inhabitants of Canaan were astonished. 16 Fear and trembling shall fall upon them, thy arm shall be petrified, until thy people pass away, O Lord, until thy people pass away, whom I have possessed. 17 Bring them into the mount of thy inheritance, into thy ready dwelling, which I will work, O Lord, holy water, which thy hands have prepared. 18 The Lord reigns forever, and forever, and forever. 19 For Pharaoh's horse went in with chariots and horsemen into the sea, and the Lord brought the water of the sea to them, and the children of Israel went by land in the midst of the sea. 20 And Mary the prophet Aaron the sister took the drum in her hand, and all the women went out after her with drums and dances. 21 And Mary went forth among them, saying, Let us say unto the Lord, for gloriously he hath cast a horse and a rider into the sea. 22 And Moses took the children of Israel out of the Red Sea, and brought them into the wilderness of Sur, and went 3 days in the wilderness, and found no water to drink. 23 And they came to Merah, and could not drink bitter from Merah, for this is why the name of that place was called Bitterness. 24 And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? 25 And Moses cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a piece of wood, and put it into the water, and the water was sweetened, there he set him rights and judgments, and there he tempted him. 26 And he said, If thou hearest the voice of the Lord thy God, thou shalt do what is pleasing to him, and heed the commandments. And thou shalt keep all his rights, every disease which hath brought thee unto the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who hath brought thee upon thee. 27 And they came to Elim, and there were 12 springs of water, and 70 stems of palm trees, and there stood by the waters. Next, Exodus chapter. Septuagint, Exodus chapter 16. 1 And they departed from Elim, and came all the synagogue of the children of Israel into the wilderness of Sin, which is in the midst of Elim, and in the midst of Sinai, and on the 15th day of the 2nd month, when they were departed out of the land of Egypt. 2 And every congregation of the children of Israel sighed against Moses and Aaron. 3 And they said unto them, The children of Israel, it is profitable for us to die, being afflicted by the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat down upon the cauldrons of the meat, and have tasted bread in abundance, for ye have brought us out into this wilderness, to kill all this synagogue in famine. For and the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, I unto you loaves of bread from heaven, and the people shall come forth, and they shall gather the things of the day unto the day, that I may tempt them, whether they walk in my law, or not. 5 And they shall be on the 6th day, and shall prepare what they shall gather, and shall double that which they shall gather together day to day. 6 And Moses and Aaron said unto all the synagogue of the children of Israel, Ye shall know in the evening, that the Lord hath brought you out of the land of Egypt. 7 And in the morning you shall see the glory of the Lord in hearing your murmuring against God, but what are we, that ye complain against us? 8 And Moses said, Give the Lord unto you in the evening to eat meat, and bread in the morning, to an abundance, that the Lord may hear your murmuring. Whom ye complain against us, but what we are, for your murmuring is not against us, but against God. 9 And Moses said unto Aaron, Say, all the congregation of the children of Israel, come ye come before God, for he heard your murmuring. 10 And Aaron spake victoriously, all the congregation of the children of Israel, and they returned into the wilderness, and the glory of the Lord was seen in the cloud. 11 And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, 12 I have heard the murmuring of the children of Israel, speak unto them, saying, Bind meat in the evening, and in the morning ye shall be filled with loaves, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God. 13 And it came to pass in the evening, and the hearty Gomer went up, and covered the tabernacle. In the morning there was a cessation of dew round the camp. 14 And behold, on the face of the wilderness he is as thin as a white comb, as ice upon the earth. 15 And when the children of Israel saw this, they said to another, what this was, for they did not know what it was. But Moses said unto them, this bread which the Lord had given you to eat. 16 This saying, which the Lord has composed, gather from him every one of you in the duties of Gomer according to the number of your souls. 17 And thus did the children of Israel, and gathered together the greatest, and the least. 18 And when they had counted Gomer, the more was not exceeded, and the little was not lacking, and every one of them did not fail in their duties, and they gathered together for themselves. 19 And Moses said unto them, let me not forsake him in the morning. 20 And they did not hear Moses, but some of him left him in the morning, and a worm sucked out, and Moses scolded them. 21 And they gathered it together early in the morning, every man did his duty, and the sun melted. 22 And it came to pass on the 6th day, that they gathered together the 2 Gomer that were due, and one of them all the rulers of the synagogue went in, and declared Moses. 23 And Moses said unto them, this is the saying, which the Lord spake on the Sabbaths, holy rest unto the Lord tomorrow, whatsoever ye fall, and whatsoever ye shall bake, and whatever ye shall bake, and whatever ye surplus, ye shall leave it in a storehouse in the morning. 24 And they departed from him in the morning, as Moses had commanded them, and he did not live, neither was there a worm in him. 25 And Moses said, eat this day, for this day is a Sabbath to the Lord, and he shall not be found in the field. 26 6 days ye shall gather together, but on the 7th day Sabbaths, for there shall be no Sabbath in it. 27 And it came to pass in the 7th day, that some of the people went out to gather, and found nothing. 28 And the Lord said unto Moses, to whom ye will not obey my commandments and my law. 29 For behold, the Lord hath given unto you this day these Sabbaths, therefore he hath given unto you on the 6th day 2 days, ye shall sit ye every man in your houses, neither shall ye go forth out of this place on the 7th day. 30 And the people Sabbathed in the 7th day. 31 And the children of Israel called his name man, and his food was white as the seed of a thorn, and his meal was as fat in honey. 32 And Moses said this word, which the Lord had composed, fill the Gomer of man into a storehouse unto your generations, that they may see the bread which ye ate in the wilderness, as the Lord brought you out of the land of Egypt. 33 And Moses said unto Aaron, take a pitcher of gold, and put into it thou shalt take full of the man's garment, and thou shalt lay it down before God, for preservation unto your generations. 34 Which manner the Lord had arranged unto Moses, and laid Aaron before the martyrdom to be preserved. 35 And the children of Israel ate the man 40 years, until they came into the land of the world, and ate the man, until they came into the part of Phoenicia. 36 And the Gomer, the 10th of the 3 meters, was. Next, Exodus chapter 1. Septuagint, Exodus chapter 17. 1 And he took away all the congregation of the children of Israel out of the wilderness of Sin, according to their interference by the word of the Lord, and they intervened in Rephidim, but there was no water for the people to drink. 2 And the people reproached Moses, saying, give us water, that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, why ye revile me, and why ye tempt the Lord? 3 And the people thirsted there for water, and the people there murmured unto Moses, saying, why hast thou brought us up out of Egypt, that thou mayest kill us, and our children, and the cattle because of thirst? For and Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, what shall I do unto this people, yet small, and they shall stone me? 5 And the Lord said unto Moses, go forth before this people, and take with thee from the elders of the people, and the rod in which thou hast smote the river, take it in thy hand, and go. 6 Behold, I stood before thee, upon the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt strike the rock, and water shall come out of it, and my people shall drink. But Moses did so against the children of Israel. 7 And we called the name of that place, a temptation and a revile, because of the defilement of the children of Israel, and because of the temptation of the Lord, saying, whether there be a Lord in us or not. 8 And Amalek came, and fought against Israel in Rephidim. 9 And Moses said unto Jesus, choose for thyself mighty men, and go forth to line up with Amalek tomorrow. And, behold, I stood on the top of the mountain, and the hand of God was in my hand. 10 And Jesus did as Moses had said unto him, and he went out, and set him before Amalek, and Moses, and Aaron, and Hur, and went up to the top of the mountain. 11 And it came to pass, when he took the hands of Moses, Israel prevailed, but when he sat down the hands he prevailed over Amalek. 12 And Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone, and fell under him, and he sat upon him, and Aaron and Hur supported his hands on this side, and on this side to another, and Moses' hands were upholstered unto the setting of the sun. 13 And Jesus slew Amalek, and all his people, with the sword. 14 And the Lord said unto Moses, Write it down in a book for a memorial, and give it to the ears of Jesus, for I will take away the memorial of Amalek out of heaven. 15 And Moses built an altar unto the Lord, and called his name, My Lord, Refuge. 16 For in secret hand the Lord fighteth against Amalek from generation to generation. Septuagint, Exodus chapter 18. 1 And Jotham the priest of Midian, the son-in-law of Moses, heard all that the Lord of Israel had done unto his own people, for the Lord brought Israel out of Egypt. 2 And Jethro the son-in-law of Moses took Zephaniah the wife of Moses, after she had left her. 3 And his 2 sons, calling the name of one of them Jersam, I was a sojourner in a foreign land. 4 And the name of the second Eleazar said, For my father's God was my helper, and Pharaoh delivered me out of the hand. 5 And Jethro the son-in-law of Moses, and the sons, and the woman, went out unto Moses into the wilderness, where he stood in the mount of God. 6 And Moses said unto him, Behold, thy son-in-law Jotham is coming unto thee, and thy wife, and thy 2 sons with him. 7 And Moses went out to meet his son-in-law, and worshipped him, and kissed him, and they kissed one another, and brought him into the tabernacle. 8 And Moses told the bridegroom all the things that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh, and unto the Egyptians, for Israel's sake, and all the labor that was done unto them in the way, and that the Lord had delivered them out of the hand of Pharaoh, and out of the hand of the Egyptians. 9 And Jotham was astonished at all the good things which the Lord had done unto them, for he had exterminated them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh. 10 And Jotham said, Blessed is the Lord, that he hath brought his people out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh. 11 Now I know that the Lord is greater than all the gods, because of this they laid upon them. 12 And Jethro the son-in-law of Moses took burnt offerings, and sacrifices unto God, and Aaron and all the elders of Israel came to eat bread with the bridegroom Moses before God. 13 And it came to pass, after the morrow, that Moses sat down together to judge the people, and all the people of Moses stood by, from the morning till the evening. 14 And when Jotham saw all that he did unto the people, he said, What is this which thou doest unto the people? Why dost thou sit alone? But all the people stood by thee from the morning till dusk. 15 And Moses saith unto the bridegroom, It is wrong for the people unto seek judgment from God. 16 For when there be a controversy among them, and they come unto me, I discern every one, and reconcile to them the commandments of God and his law. 17 And the son-in-law Moses said unto him, Thou shalt not do this word rightly. 18 Thou shalt be corrupted with corruption, and thou shalt be impatient, and all this people, who are heavy with thee, this word unto thee shall not be able to do it alone. 19 Now therefore hear me, and I will counsel thee, and God shall be with thee, be thou unto the people that are unto God, and thou shalt open their words unto God. 20 And he shall testify unto them the commandments of God, and his law, and shall mark unto them the ways wherein they shall go, and the works which they shall do. 21 And thou shalt think unto thyself of all the people, mighty men of God, righteous men, hating pride, and shalt make them unto them chieftains, and centurions, and 50 commanders, and decimans. 22 And they shall judge the people at all times, but the glorious word shall be opened upon thee, but they judge the shortest of judgments, and are deaf of thee, and understand thee. 23 If thou wilt do this word, God shall prevail over thee, and be able to stand, and all this people shall come to their own place in peace. 24 And Moses heard the voice of the bridegroom, and did what he said unto him. 25 And Moses chose mighty men from all Israel, and made them upon them commanders of thousands, and centurions, and 50 commanders, and decimans. 26 And they judged the people at all times, and every exalted word they reported upon Moses, and they judged every light word. 27 And Moses sent his own son-in-law, and departed into his own land. Next, Exodus. Septuagint, Exodus chapter 19. 1 And in the 3rd month of the exodus of the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, they came this day into the wilderness of Sinai. 2 And they went out of Rephidim, and came into the wilderness of Sinai, and Israel stood there against the mountain. 3 And Moses went up into the mountain of God, and God called him out of the mountain, saying, Thus say unto the house of Jacob, and declare unto the children of Israel. For ye have seen the things that I have done unto the Egyptians, and I have taken you up as if by the wings of eagles, and I have brought you unto myself. 5 And now, if ye hearken unto my voice, and keep my covenant, ye shall be unto me a chosen people of all nations, for all the earth is me. 6 But ye shall be unto me a royal priest, and a holy nation, these words thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. 7 And Moses came, and called the elders of the people, and gave them all these words, which God had composed unto him. 8 And all the people answered with one accord, and they said all that God had said, We will do, and we will hear, and Moses recited the words of the people unto God. 9 And the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, I am coming unto thee in a pillar of cloud, that the people may hear my speaking unto thee, and they shall believe thee forever. And Moses declared the words of the people unto the Lord. 10 And the Lord said unto Moses, Go down and testify unto the people, and purify them this day and tomorrow, and wash the garments. 11 And they stood ready on the 3rd day, for the 3rd day the Lord shall come down to Mount Sinai against all the people. 12 And thou shalt excommunicate the people round about, saying, Beware yourselves that they go up into the mountain, and that every one that toucheth the mountain shall die. 13 For he shall not touch his hand, for he shall be stoned with stones, or a bullet shall be spewed down, and if a beast, if a man, he shall not live, when the voices, and the trumpets, and the cloud, shall come forth from the mountain, they shall ascend upon the mountain. 14 And Moses came down from the mountain unto the people, and sanctified them, and washed their garments. 15 And he said unto the people, Be ye ready 3 days, come not as a woman. 16 And it came to pass on the 3rd day, which was about matins, and there were voices, and lightning, and a cloud of darkness on Mount Sinai, the sound of the trumpet was great, and all the people that were in the camp were afraid. 17 And Moses brought the people out of the tabernacle, and they stood under the mount. 18 And Mount Sinai was all smoked, because it came down upon this God in fire, and the smoke went up like the smoke of a furnace, and all the people were greatly astonished. 19 And the voices of the trumpet were louder, and Moses spake with a loud voice, and God answered him with a voice. 20 And the Lord went down to Mount Sinai, to the top of the mountain, and the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. 21 And God said unto Moses, Go down, testify unto the people, lest they come near unto God, that they may understand, and that multitude should fall out of them. 22 And let the priests that draw near to the Lord God be sanctified, lest the Lord deliver them from them. 23 And Moses said unto God, The people shall not be able to go up to Mount Sinai, for thou shalt testify unto us, saying, Excommunicate the mountain, and sanctify it. 24 And the Lord said unto him, Go down, and ascend thou, and Aaron with thee, and the priests and the people shall not hasten to ascend unto God, lest the Lord perish of them. 25 And Moses went down to the people, and said unto them. Next, Exodus chapter. Septuagint, Exodus chapter 20. 1 And the Lord spake all these words, saying, 2 I am the Lord thy God, who brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. 3 There shall be no other gods for thee but me. For thou shalt not make thyself an idol, nor any likeness whatsoever, as is in heaven above, and as much as is in the earth below, and as much as is in the waters beneath the earth. 5 Thou shalt not worship them, neither shalt thou serve them, for I am the Lord thy God, a zealous God, who repays the sins of the fathers against the children of the third and fourth generations unto them that hate me. 6 And doing mercy unto thousands that love me, and keep my commandments. 7 The name of the Lord thy God shall not be taken in vain, for the Lord shall not cleanse him that taketh his name in vain. 8 Remember the Sabbath day, to sanctify it. 9 6 days thou shalt work, and thou shalt do all thy works. 10 But on the seventh Sabbath day, the Lord thy God shalt not do any work therein, thou, and thy son, and thy daughter, thy son, and thy son, and thy son, and thy servant, that dwelleth in thee. 11 For in 6 days the Lord made the heaven, and the earth, and the sea, and all that was in them, and rested on the seventh day, therefore the Lord blessed the seventh day, and sanctified it. 12 Honor thy father and thy mother, that it may be unto thee, and that it may be long in the land of goodness, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. 13 Thou shalt not commit adultery. 14 Thou shalt not steal. 15 Thou shalt not kill. 16 Thou shalt not bear false testimony against thy neighbor. 17 Thou shalt not desire thy neighbor's wife, neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's house, nor his field, nor his servant, nor his servant, nor his maidservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his beast of burden, nor anything that is his neighbor's. 18 And all the people saw the voice, and the lamps, and the sound of the trumpet, and the smoking mountain, and all the people were afraid, and stood afar off. 19 And they said unto Moses, Speak unto us, and let not God speak unto us, lest we die at all. 20 And Moses saith unto them, Be of good cheer, for God's sake tempted you, that God hath come unto you, that his fear may be in you, that ye should not sin. 21 And the people stood afar off, and Moses went into the darkness where God was. 22 And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the house of Jacob, and declare unto the children of Israel, Ye see, that I have spoken unto you from heaven. 23 Ye shall not make yourselves gods of silver, and gods of gold, ye shall not make yourselves gods of gold. 24 Make me an altar of the earth, and offer unto it burnt offerings, and your saving things, your sheep and your calves, in every place, wherein I will call my name there, and come unto thee, and bless thee. 25 But if thou wilt make an altar of stones unto me, thou shalt not build them in pieces, for thou hast laid thy manual upon them, and they shall be reproached. 26 Thou shalt not ascend in exaltation upon my altar, lest thou reveal thy wickedness unto it. Septuagint, Exodus chapter 21. 1 And these are the rites which thou shalt set before them. 2 If a Hebrew shall have a child 6 years, he shall serve thee for 6 years, but in the 7th year he shall depart freely. 3 If he enters alone, and goes out alone, but if a woman enters in with him, the woman will go out with him. But if the Lord give him a wife, and a son or a daughter, the wife and the children be to his master, and he himself shall come out alone. 5 But if the boy answers, I have loved my master, and my wife, and the children, I flee not free. 6 His Lord shall bring him unto the judgment of God, and then shall he bring him to the door of the station, and the Lord shall pierce his ear with the horse, and serve him forever. 7 But if any man give away his own daughter, he shall not depart as the servants depart. 8 If it be not pleasing to her master, which she has confessed to him, he will redeem her, but the Lord is not a stranger to sell her, because he hath committed in her. 9 But if she confess it to her son, according to the right of the daughters, he will do it unto her. 10 But if any other take for himself what is necessary, and her clothing, and her speech, he shall not deprive her. 11 But if she do not do these 3 things, she shall come out free without silver. 12 But if any man strike any man, and die, let him be put to death. 13 But God hath delivered it into his hands, I will give thee a place wherein he that slew shall flee. 14 And if any man strike his neighbor to kill him deceitfully, and take refuge from my altar, take him to kill him. 15 Whosoever striketh his father or his mother shall be put to death. 16 He that speaketh evil, his father or his mother, shall die to death. 17 Whosoever shall steal any of the children of Israel, and oppress him, shall be restored, and shall be found in him to death. 18 And if two men be reviled, and a man strikes his neighbor with a stone or a fist, and does not die, but he shall lie down on the bed. 19 If a man arises again, and walketh out on a horse, he that smiteth shall be innocent, but he shall destroy his idleness, and the infirmaries. 20 And if any man strike his servant, or his child, with a sword, and die at his own hands, let him avenge it. 21 But if he liveth 1 or 2 days, he shall not avenge his silver. 22 But if two men fight, and smite a woman in her womb, and her child goes out, not pictured, she shall be harmed, for if the husband compels the woman to give with office. 23 But if he had been imaged, he would have given a soul instead of a soul. 24 An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a hand for a hand, a foot for a foot. 25 Burn for burn, wound for wound, bruise for bruise. 26 And if any man streaketh the eye of his supplicant, or the eye of his maidservant, and blindeth him, he shall send them free instead of their eye. 27 But if he cut off the tooth of the supplicant, or the tooth of his maidservant, he will send them away for their tooth. 28 But if a bull cheats a man or a woman, and dies, the bull shall be stoned, and its flesh shall not be eaten, but the master of the bull shall be innocent. 29 And if the bull be a horn before yesterday and before the third, and they complain to his master, and destroy him not, but whether a man or a woman go up, the bull shall be stoned, and his master shall be condemned to death. 30 And if a ransom be imposed upon him, he shall give a ransom of his soul as much as they shall impose upon him. 31 But if he cheats on a son or a daughter, they shall do so to him according to his law. 32 But if a bull cheats, or a servant of silver, he shall give 30 didrachms to their master, and the bull shall be stoned. 33 But if any man dig a pit, or quarry a pit, and cover it not, and put a calf or an ass in it. 34 The lord of the pit shall give silver to their lord, and the last shall be unto him. 35 And if any bull cheat his neighbor's bull, and die, they shall bring back the living bull, and his silver shall be broken, and the dead bull shall be torn away. 36 And if the bull know that he is a cheat keeper before yesterday, and before the third day, and they have testified to his master, and destroy him not, he shall make a bull instead of a bull, but he that is last to him shall be his last. 37 But if any man steal a calf or a sheep, and slaughter it, or yield it, he shall set 5 calves instead of the calf, and 4 sheep instead of the sheep. Next, Exodus chapter. Septuagint, Exodus chapter 22. 1 But if the thief be found in the pit, and be wounded, there is no murder unto him. 2 And if the sun riseth upon him, he is guilty, he dies, but if there be none, let him be done instead of the clever. 3 And if he be taken and found in his hand, the hair, from an ass to a living sheep, shall be double them. 4 And if any man graze a field, or a vineyard, and let his beast graze another field, he shall depart from that field, according to his seed, and if he shall graze all the field, the best of his field, and the best of his vineyard, shall be. 5 And if a fire go forth to find thorns, and kindle a threshing floor, or an ear, or a field, he that kindled the fire shall be a field. 6 And if any man give his neighbor silver or utensils to keep, and steal it out of the man's house, if the thief is found, he shall be double it. 7 But if the thief is not found, the master of the house shall come before God, and shall be sworn in, or he shall not be slain over all the deposit of his neighbor. 8 For every offense, concerning the calf, and the beast of burden, and the sheep, and the garment, and every loss of the one who is accused, whatsoever shall come before God, the judgment of both shall come, and he who is the whole through God shall be double to his neighbor. 9 And if any man keep a beast of burden, or a calf, or a sheep, or every beast, and be broken, or die, or be taken captive, he shall be taken captive, and no man shall know. 10 It shall be an oath of God in the midst of both, that he shall not be afflicted with all the trust of his neighbor, and so shall his master receive, and shall not renounce it. 11 But if it be stolen from him, it shall be delivered to the Lord. 12 But if he be a beast, he shall bring him into the prey, and shall not be found. 13 But if any man ask of his neighbor, and he shall be broken, or die, or taken captive, but the Lord shall not be with him. 14 But if the Lord be with him, he shall not be with him, but if he be a hire, he shall be for him instead of his wages. 15 But if any man deceive a virgin who is amnested, and sleepeth with her, he bringeth her to him as a wife. 16 And if she breathes up, and her father will not be willing to give her a woman to him, he will give her a piece of silver to her father, as much as the virgins are. 17 Thou shalt not take care of medicines. 18 Every one that sleepeth with the beast of death, kill them. 19 He that sacrificeth to gods shall be destroyed by death, but the Lord alone. 20 And thou shalt not hurt a proselyte, neither grieve him, for ye were proselytes in the land of Egypt. 21 Thou shalt not hurt every widow and orphan. 22 But if ye hurt them with evil, and cry out unto me, I will hear their voice. 23 And I will be angry with anger, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives will be widows, and your children will be orphans. 24 But if thou shalt lend silver unto thy meagre brother, thou shalt not hasten him in haste, and shalt not give him interest. 25 But if thou shalt pledge thy neighbor's garment before the sun sets, thou shalt give it unto him. 26 For this is his garden only, this garment of his ugliness, in which he shall sleep. If he cry therefore unto me, I will hear him merciful, for I am merciful. 27 Thou shalt not speak ill of gods, and speak not evil of the rulers of thy people. 28 Thou shalt not delay the first fruits of thy sons, and thou shalt not delay the firstborn of thy sons. 29 Thus shalt thou make thy calf, and thy sheep, and thy beast of burden. 7 days shall be under thy mother, and in the 8th day thou shalt repay it unto me. 30 And ye shall be holy men unto me, and ye shall not bind the flesh of the beast to the dog, cast it away. Next, Septuagint, Exodus chapter 23. 1 He shall not admit a vain hearing, nor consent to the unrighteous to be an unrighteous witness. 2 Thou shalt not be with the multitude in wickedness, thou shalt not be joined with multitude, to turn away with many, that judgment may be set aside. 3 And thou shalt not have mercy on the poor in judgment. For but if thou shalt meet the ox of thy enemy, or his burden of burden, and hast turned away from him. 5 But if thou behold thy enemy's beast of burden fallen by his eraser, it shall not pass away, but thou shalt raise it up with him. 6 Thou shalt not pervert the judgment of the poor in his judgment. 7 Thou shalt depart from every word of the unrighteous, innocent and righteous. Thou shalt not kill, nor justify the wicked for the sake of gifts. 8 And he shall not receive gifts, for he blindeth the eyes of those who see, and plundereth righteous words. 9 And ye shall not grieve a convert, for ye know the soul of a proselyte, for ye were proselytes in the land of Egypt. 10 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and gather together the fruit thereof. 11 And in the 7th day thou shalt make forgiveness, and comfort it, and the poor of thy nation shall be given, and the remnant shall be given to the wild beasts, so shalt thou make thy vineyard and thy olive grove. 12 6 days shalt thou do thy works, and on the 7th day shall rest, that thy ox and thy beast of burden may rest, and that the son of thy maidservant and thy proselyte may refresh. 13 All that I have spoken unto you, keep ye, and the name of other gods shall not be remembered, neither shall it be heard out of your mouth. 14 3 times of this year ye have celebrated unto me. 15 Observe the feast of unleavened bread 7 days, bind ye unleavened bread, as I commanded thee in the time of the month of the new year, for thou hast gone out of Egypt in it, and shalt not appear emptiness before me. 16 And thou shalt make a feast of the harvest of the first fruits of thy works, which thou shalt sow in thy field, and a feast of the end of the year in the synagogue of thy works out of thy field. 17 3 times in the year every male shall be seen before the Lord thy God. 18 For when I cast out nations from before thee, and widen thy borders, thou shalt not sacrifice the blood of my sacrifice upon leaven, neither shall the thorn of my feast sleep until morning. 19 Thou shalt bring the first fruits of thy land into the house of the Lord thy God, thou shalt not roast a lamb in the milk of his mother. 20 And behold, I send my angel before thee, to keep thee in the way, that he may bring thee into the land which he hath prepared for thee. 21 Take heed unto thyself, and listen unto him, and disobey him not, for my name is upon him not sent thee, for my name is upon him. 22 If he hearken, hear my voice, and do all that I command you, and keep my covenant, you shall be to me a chosen people of all nations, for I am all the earth, but ye shall be. Thou shalt say these words unto me, O royal priest and holy nation, if ye hear my voice, and do all that I say unto thee, I shall enmity thy enemies, and I will oppose them that are against thee. 23 For my angel, thy abbot, shall go, and bring thee unto Amorite, and Hittite, and Phaseus, and Canaanite, and Girgaziah, and Evia, and Jebusiah, and I will cast them out. 24 Thou shalt not worship their gods, neither shalt thou serve them, nor shalt thou do according to their works, but thou shalt depose their pillars by destroying them, and breaking down their pillars. 25 And thou shalt serve the Lord thy God, and I will bless thy bread, and thy wine, and thy water, and I will turn away from you. 26 Neither barren nor barren in thy land will I fill the number of thy days. 27 And I will send fear thy ruler, and will set up all the nations unto which thou shalt enter, and I will give all thy adversaries fugitives. 28 And I send forth the wasps before thee, and drive out the Amorites, and the Evites, and the Canaanites, and the Hittites from thee. 29 I will not cast them out in 1 year, lest the earth be desolate, and many things be done upon thee by the beasts of the earth. 30 Little by little I cast them out of thee, until thou wilt grow and inherit the earth. 31 And I will set thy boundaries from the Red Sea unto the sea of Philistim, and from the wilderness unto the great river Euphrates, and deliver into your hands those who dwell in the earth, and cast them out of thee. 32 Thou shalt not consent unto them, and unto their gods, covenant. 33 And they shall not dwell in thy land, lest they sin unto me, for if thou shalt serve their gods, they shall be a stumbling block unto thee. Next, Septuagint, Exodus chapter 24. 1 And Moses said, Arise unto the Lord, thou, and Aaron, and Nadab, and Abiud, and the 70 of the elders of Israel, and they shall worship the Lord afar off. 2 And Moses alone shall come unto their God, but they shall not come near, and the people shall not come with them. 3 And Moses went in, and told the people all the words of God, and the righteousness, and all the people answered with one voice, saying all the words which the Lord spake, we shall do, and we shall hear. 4 And Moses wrote down all the words of the Lord, and Moses stood up in the morning, and built an altar under the mountain, and 12 stones unto the 12 tribes of Israel. 5 And he sent forth the young men of the children of Israel, and they offered burnt offerings, and offered calves of salvation to God. 6 And Moses had taken half of the blood, and poured it into a crater, and half of the blood, and looked to the altar. 7 And I took the book of the covenant and read it in the ears of the people, and they said, All that the Lord hath spoken, let us do, and hear. 8 And Moses took the blood, and refreshed the people, and said, Behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord had given unto you concerning all these words. 9 And Moses, and Aaron, and Nadab, and Abiud, and the 70 of the senate of Israel, went up. 10 And I saw the place where the God of Israel stands, and the things under his feet as a brick of sapphire, and as a kind of firmament of heaven for cleanliness. 11 And of the elect of Israel, not one disagreed, and they appeared in the place of God, and ate and drank. 12 And the Lord said unto Moses, Go up unto me into the mountain, and stand there, and I will give thee the stone compasses, the law, and the commandments which I have written, to make them law. 13 And Moses and Jesus that stood by him arose, and went up into the mountain of God. 14 And they said unto the elders, Be quiet, until we turn unto you, and, behold, Aaron and Hur with you, if any judgment come, let them go unto them. 15 And Moses and Jesus went up into the mountain, and the cloud covered the mountain. 16 And the glory of God came down upon Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days, and the Lord called Moses on the 7th day out of the midst of the cloud. 17 And the kind of glory of the Lord is like a burning fire upon the top of the mountain against the children of Israel. 18 And Moses went in the midst of the cloud, and went up into the mountain, and was there in the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. Next, Exodus chapter 2.